All right, let's give everyone Steve Mann.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to perform tonight. And as you all know, as artists, that art really has a power to let us see the world a little bit differently. And I'm a magician, and I think the art of magic has that power as well. And I want to demonstrate that tonight, and I'm going to do it using kind of the most humble of magic tricks. That would be the card trick. And if you could all unmute your microphones, and if if the dogs start barking, or if we get feedback, we can always change. But we'd like to get your input as well on this. And what if I told you that this card was not really a playing card? Maybe this card is a little bit different. It could have something different on the inside. And if you could unmute your microphones and tell me, what do you think could be on the inside of this card? Anybody? Could be a magic treasure map. Could be a lot of different things. Could be a mandolin. What do you think? What do you think's on the inside of this card?
I think like a. I'm just gonna say like a heart shape.
Okay.
Heart shape.
Yeah, it could be a note from a friend or a lover, maybe, that you haven't seen for a long time.
I was thinking a note of some sort.
A note. It could be a note, or it could be a recipe that your mother cooked, and you wish you could have that dish again. This will take you back maybe in time. So, Rodney, what do you think is on the inside of this?
What about a picture of a chess piece?
Oh, it could be. It could be. It could be a drawing of a chess piece, and kind of the opening play of a chess match. And so, although we're all different, we're all in a lot of ways the same. And when I said that this card didn't have a card face on it, who didn't look at the card just a little bit differently? And by extension, we looked at the world a little bit differently. Well, I'm sorry if I disappoint if I say that this card has a card face on the inside of it. And unfortunately, it's not one of those other things that we imagined, but we could still imagine. Mandolin, give me a number between 2 and 10. Tell me what you think this card might be.
5.
Okay, 5. And I wanted everybody to unmute their mics, because at one time I want everybody to yell out a suit. So clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds. Go ahead and yell out a suit that you think that this card might be.
Spade.
Okay. I think I heard a couple of things. I think I heard clubs was maybe the most guessed. So, okay, a 5 of clubs. Now, I said that we needed to look at this card and focus on it, but maybe, we're focusing on the wrong thing, because we could focus on the paper clip. The paper clip is the thing that's keeping this card closed. And when it keeps it closed, it can't open, and we can't see the beauty that's on the inside of the card. Just like paper clips in our own lives hold us back and keep our insides from other people. And it's usually not what we think, and it's usually not what others think, but it's quite often what we fear others think. And so what we should do is we should get rid of that paper clip, just like we want to get rid of the paper clip in our own lives. And that would give us the opportunity to see that this is the 5 of clubs.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you saw things maybe just a little bit differently. And what I'd like to do is give you a gift now. And that gift is the feeling of being a great magician. I mean, who doesn't want to be a great magician? And perform in front of people and amaze them. And so what
I'd be
like
a
you to
terrible
do,
one and I'd be happy. That's fine.
what I'd like you to do is if you just sit back in your chair, relax, close your eyes. You know, that's the great thing about being on Zoom is that you can close your eyes. You don't have to worry about, you know, nobody's going to steal your pocketbook or, poke you or something when you're when you close your eyes, because we're all in the comfort of our own homes. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and I want you to imagine that you're walking out on stage in a beautiful theater, and men, you're dressed in an elegant tuxedo with tails and a bow tie, and women, ladies, you're dressed in a beautiful evening gown, and you walk out onto the stage, and you can hear the murmurs of the crowd as everybody knows that this is a great magician that's walked out on the stage, and they are waiting to be amazed. And men, you take off your top hat and you put it down onto a table. And ladies, you have an assistant that comes out, and he's immaculately dressed, and he takes off his top hat and gives it to you, and you place that on the table. Well, you reach behind you and you pull back the curtain, and you have a series of animals behind you. You have a menagerie. You could say a mental menagerie. And as you walk the line, looking at each of the animals one by one, you can hear the hush of the crowd as they want to know, which animal does the great magician select? And you have the choices of a yellow canary, a white duck, an elephant, a beautiful green parrot, a rabbit, a tiger, and a zebra. And you take one of the four-legged animals and you pick it up, and you can do that because you're a great magician, and you place that inside of your hat, and it starts to run around, and your hat starts to move. And so you go back to the rest of the animals that are waiting there, and you pick another four-legged animal. Now, if you picked one from the beginning of the alphabet, pick one from the end of the alphabet this time. And if you picked one from the end of the alphabet, pick one from the beginning. And so you pick up that other animal, four-legged animal, and you place that in your hat next to the first one. Now they start to run around faster and faster, and the whole table starts to rumble as they run. And you're afraid that the smaller animal is going to be trampled. So you reach in and you grab the smaller animal and you save him by pulling him out. And you can do that because you're a great magician. And you place that back into the cage. And so you only have one animal in your hat. You grab one of the birds because you're not afraid of them being trampled. And one of those birds, the yellow canary, the white duck, or the green parrot, and you place that into your hat because he can fly around the top of your hat and not be trampled by the animal at the bottom. Now, everyone starts to cheer because they're amazed that you took these huge animals and you placed them into your hat. You then, because you're doing a show, you pull out the most colorful of those animals and put it back into the cage. You then take your hat, you smile at the crowd, and you place your hat on your head. And the crowd goes crazy. They jump to their feet, and you start to walk off of the stage. And at the last minute, you take your hat back off and you turn it to the crowd so they can see that that animal has disappeared. You place it back on your head and you walk to your dressing room. The crowd, meanwhile, is going crazy. They were on their feet. They're now on their chairs. They're screaming for the great magician. And you go to your dressing room. You take off your costume. You put on your street clothes. And as you walk out of the stage door, you can hear the crowd as they're leaving the auditorium, and they're saying, "That was a great magician." And you smile to yourself, and you put your hands in your pockets, and you walk home. When you get to your house, you pull out your key, put the key in the lock, open the door, and there, in your living room, is the animal that disappeared. And you realize the animal is hungry. So you reach into your pocket again, and you grab some peanuts, and the animal takes them in his trunk and he eats them greedily. And you think, how would a great magician get the elephant out of his living room? Thank you, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity. I hope you saw things a little bit differently tonight, and I hope you had the feeling of being a great magician.
Absolutely. You're the best.